What's going on, guys, and welcome back to the channel. So recently I did a video called Collecting Backwards, and I gave some tips. If you're a newer collector, you may find that video interesting, so I'll put a link to it. But basically today what we're doing is kicking off a new series of videos based around that initial video, Collecting Backwards. So what we're going to be doing is taking a look at some of the older releases that I personally picked up, and I'm not going to be doing a full in-depth review, but I'll be talking a bit about why I chose to collect backwards with these individual figures that I'll be reviewing. So if you're in the market for one of these older releases, this may prove to be a useful series of videos for you. Before we get started, go ahead and give this video a like, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I'm going to have a bunch more content coming. Thinking about doing some giveaways as well, maybe some live streams. So yeah, support the channel. So let's go ahead and dive into it and talk about John Wick. So if you're like me and you enjoy gratuitous violence to the point of absurdity, then you're probably a fan of the John Wick series, because that's really what it is. It's so over the top. It's really entertaining if you're into that type of thing. But that's really why I decided to go ahead and pick this figure up. I'm a big fan of the series. I enjoy the movies, and in particular John Wick 2. That's one of my favorite films. So this was a figure that I couldn't pass up. I had to get him, and there's some benefits to collecting this figure backwards. Even though you're going to be paying more, he comes with a lot of accessories. Because he's wearing a cloth suit, you don't have to worry about that fabric degrading or anything like the pleather I spoke about previously. So if you're a fan of John Wick like I am, this is a figure you may want to take a look at. Now, they did release the John Wick 3 movie. I don't know if Hot Toys is planning on releasing a figure for John Wick 3. But I'm perfectly fine with this being the only John Wick in my collection. I think he's a good representation of all of the films, really. So although this is essentially a guy in a suit, I think what really sets this figure apart are the accessories that it comes with. So let's talk a little bit about the weapons. You get 2 pistols that come with removable magazines. You get 1 pistol with a removable magazine that can also be placed in the pistol case. 1 pistol and silencer with removable magazine, 2 different shotguns, 1 AR-15 with detachable straps, and 1 knife. You also get the blood oath markers, regular, and you get one with the blood fingerprint, 3 stacks of gold coins, 5 pieces of gold coins, a pistol case, and a pencil. Aside from that, you also get 10 interchangeable hands. So you're going to be able to get him in a lot of different scenes, take some good pictures. I kind of like to mix universes with John Wick and have him going up against the Avengers. I'm currently working on a set of photos, John Wick versus the Avengers, or John Wick kills Marvel, something like that, where I'm going to have him going up against some of the big wigs from the Avengers. You can still mix and match him in. You can create some custom baddies if you want to do that for him to square off against, or whatever you want to do. Just have fun with him, you know. Now, as I mentioned, this is an older figure, and so you do want to be aware of things that can degrade over time. I didn't really come across any of that. Like I mentioned, his suit is all cloth. The things that you do need to be careful of are the AR-15 has a sliding stock, and it's a bit fragile, so make sure you don't push it in either direction too hard or it will crack. And also the little clip that holds the magazines, you can put 2 of the AR-15 magazines in the clip. It's best to slide those magazines up into the clip so that you're not putting too much pressure on the hinges on the side, because those can snap. Don't ask me how I know. The head sculpt is also a really big highlight for me. They captured Keanu Reeves pretty much spot on. I love the damage that he has, so you're not just getting kind of a clean figure. He has that battle-worn look. He's been in a fight, and it shows. I wish they would have included the dog, but honestly, the dog didn't play too big of a part in John Wick 2. You see him in the beginning of the film and at the end, but he really doesn't do much, so I kind of understand why they didn't include him, but it still would have been one of those things that's nice to have. The suit is non-removable, so you can't take the jacket off or anything like that. It's meant to stay on, and I'm perfectly fine with that. As far as articulation, You can get him in some good poses, although the jacket does restrict some of the movement when you're trying to get his arms up to, say, hold the AR-15 or one of the shotguns or something like that, and you want him looking down the scope. It can be done. It's a bit tricky and time-consuming to try to pull that off, though, but it can be done. All in all, I'm really happy that I picked this figure up. I'm kind of on a kick right now where I'm collecting one-off figures, so I'm thinking about getting Alita Battle Angel next and doing a DTOF that's just kind of one-off figures. But let me know what you guys think in the comments. Is this a figure that you already have? Is it one that you're looking at picking up? Let me know what you guys think about John Wick. Do you wish he came with more accessories? Do you feel like there's enough to justify the cost? Like I mentioned, if you haven't subscribed, please do that. Give the video a like if you enjoyed it. That really helps support the channel. So thank you guys for watching. As always, thank you for your support, and I'll see you on the next video.